Hello, sixth graders. This is the first lesson that you will be taking notes on focus paper. So I'm going to be describing each area as we talk about ratios. The first area is this part right here. This is where your name goes, Math 6, and whatever day you're taking the notes, that's the day you're going to write here. This part right here is always the unit. So we're going to be on the first unit of sixth grade, so we're going to write that there. And this part is always our essential question or area of focus. So sometimes I do an I can statement, but always it's what we're focusing on for this particular lesson. So as you're taking these notes, please follow along with me. And anytime that I am moving faster than you are writing, can you please make sure you pause the video, because I want you to make sure that you're taking really good notes. So first you're going to put your name. So I'm going to put C. Morose. And I hope that you can't hear that squeaking that my pen is doing. This is Math 6 and whatever day you're taking these notes. And it's 2020. So we are doing 6.1.1 ratios. Our focus today is on how to write ratios. So video number 1 or notes number 1, how can I write ratios in 3 ways is the main focus. So hopefully by the end of this, you will be able to answer that question. So focus notes have 3 different parts. They have the note part, so that's what you're going to be writing along with your videos. They have column 2, which is where you can put questions. So if you are taking notes and you don't understand something, write a question over here for us. So that way, when we're in class, we can talk about it. And then 3 is a summary, which we'll see at the end. All right, so let's start talking ratios. How can we describe this image? So I'm looking at this, and one way I can say, oh, I have some flowers and I have some ladybugs. Or I could be more specific. I see 2 ladybugs, 2 flowers, and 4 ladybugs, 1 flower. Or we can look at the whole picture, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ladybugs, 6 ladybugs, 2, 3 flowers. And anytime we are comparing 2 things, we can say it as a ratio. So today we're going to be talking about ratios. So a ratio is the relationship of 2 or more values or quantities. It's a comparison. For every 6 ladybugs, you have 3 flowers. So if I had 12 ladybugs, for every 6, there's 3. So I have another 6. So there would be another 3. So 12 ladybugs to 6 flowers. So it's a comparison. And there are 3 different ways to write ratios. One way is with a colon. One way is with the word to. And the third way is as what looks like a fraction, but it's still a ratio. So we have 6 ladybugs to 3 flowers. So 6 to 3. Even though this is a colon, we're still using that word to when we read it. So 6 ladybugs to 3. And we could be more specific and say 6 ladybugs to 3 flowers. And I do want you to use labels. 6 ladybugs to 3 flowers. Or we can use the word to. So here is one way, a second way, and a third way. So we can say 6 ladybugs to 3 flowers. Or we can use it as a fraction. So we can write 6 ladybugs for 3 flowers, like that. So let's just practice writing the ratios. What are the 3 ways that you can write this squares to triangles? So see if you can write this in 3 different ways. So pause the video, write it in 3 ways, and come back and check your answers. All right, see how you did. Did you use a colon for one of them, a fraction bar for one, and the word 2 for one? And I asked you to write the ratio squares to triangles. So as you're going to see in just a moment, the order really matters. So the 3 should always have been in front of the 5. If you got these wrong, please mark them, and then we can talk about it when you're in class. Okay, for this problem, we're going to use the information. Mrs. Morose fosters 8 puppies and 3 kittens. We know it's more than that, but we're going to go with those numbers for right now. And when we write a ratio, it is very important that you understand the order matters. When you're writing a ratio, the order matters. So here it says, what is the ratio of kittens to puppies? So the kittens number always has to come first. And you're going to write it in 3 ways. So we know we have the colon, we have the 2, the word 2, and we have the fraction bar. And so you have to notice, okay, where's the kittens? Kittens go first, so 3 kittens. So 3 kittens, 3 kittens, 3 kittens. So the order matters. To 8 puppies. So 3 kittens to 8 puppies. 3 kittens to 8 puppies. And 3 kittens to 8 puppies. So there are the 3 different ways. Colon, the word 2, and that fraction bar. Can you pause the video and now write the ratio, remembering that order matters, of puppies to kittens? Pause and then come back and check. All right, check your work. How did you do? Do you have a colon, the word 2, and the fraction bar? And do you have the 8 always first? If so, give yourself a star or a smiley face. If not, can you please mark it wrong, or write a question over here so we can clear it up when we see you. For this question, we are writing the ratios kittens to animals. So if there's 8 puppies and 3 kittens, we have 11 animals total. So now kittens to animals, right? So please pause and write the ratio. All right, check your work. I decided to make sure that you understood that the order in which you write the ways doesn't matter, just the order of the numbers. So like here I have my way of writing it 2 first, where in the previous problem I had that way second. So as long as you have all 3 ways and the kittens came before the animals, give yourself a smiley face or a star. If not, please mark it wrong so we can talk about it. Okay, we also want to talk about equivalent ratios. If something is equivalent, it means that they are equal. So equivalent means equal. So we can equal, okay? So they're the same, and their equivalent ratios are the same as equivalent fractions, so they're equal. So one way we can find if they're equivalent is to simplify. So to simplify, we have to find the number that goes into both. So in this case, 2 goes into both the 6 and the 8. So 6 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Here, 3 goes into both 9 and 12. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Because these are both the same, when they're reduced, they are equivalent. They are the same. So a unit rate, one more vocab before we finish. A unit rate is a ratio with 1 in the denominator, and it often reads as a number per 1. So to simplify, we're going to simplify, and these are fractions, but really they are also ratios. So 12 of something to 4 of something. It could be 12 flowers to 4 ladybugs, to a unit rate. So unit rate, remember we need 1 in the denominator, or the bottom number. So we want, instead of that 4, we want 1. So to think of this, I always think, okay, what do I have to do to 4 to get to 1? Either multiplying or dividing. And we are going to go over this in greater detail in the next video. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. If we do that to the bottom, we have to do it to the top. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So 12/4 as a unit rate is 3 to 1. So there might be 3 ladybugs to 1 flower. So I want you to pause and think about, if we're doing a unit rate with 1 at the bottom, what would we have to do to 3 to get to 1? And then you're going to do it the same thing. And notice how I'm showing my work. Really important that you show your work. So pause the video and come back and let's check. All right, how did you do? 3 divided by 3 was 1, so we could divide our 15 by 3 to get 5. All right, if you're just sort of understanding it, it's okay. The most important thing is how to write our ratios in 3 different ways. All right, and we'll talk about the rest in class.